Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself Charlie. A reminder before the video starts to please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Like I've said already on a couple of videos, apologies for the lack of uploads recently. I do claim to be a news channel, a sports news channel, and I haven't exactly been doing that. I've been away, I've been really busy and things like that, so I do apologise, but I am firmly back on it. I have returned, and talking of returns, Mr. Fury returns at the weekend against Arslanbek Makhmudov at Tottenham. Stacked undercard. I've got to say, I am tempted still by these Viagogo prices, to be honest with you. There's been a big giveaway of tickets. It's interesting, I think, now to see how the public have sort of, I guess, given up on this act with Fury, this retirement act. And it's a shame because I think the heavyweight division's a better place for Tyson Fury in it. I do. I think he's, at times, he's a polarising figure. Of course he is. There's no doubt about it. But I do like, I think the heavyweight division is a better place. And especially now with where we're at in the heavyweights, I do think it is intriguing him as an option in terms of, you know, being out there still for these fighters. I know there's all the talk and it seems to be all roads lead to AJ. But I like the idea of Fury being back. And to be honest with you, a few of these different matchups, it'd be nice to see him backing in with some different people, especially if he is as motivated as he claims to be. But like I say, the British public have given him. I don't think it helps that the chief support is a certain Conor Benn, who's not exactly the people's champion, to be honest with you, fighting what appears to be a one-armed Regis Brigade. I'll go, listen, the card is what it is. I think Fury will beat Makhmudov because I think Makhmudov's really easy to hit. It's probably why he's been chosen. I went and watched Makhmudov face Dave Allen in Sheffield. He doesn't move his head off centre line. I think he'll be jabbed all night, to be honest with you. And he's tough, Makhmudov, but he has been known to quit as well before. Of course, the Guido Vianello fight, he did, I don't say he quit, because I never wanted to call anyone out who steps in the ring. They're braver than I am. But yeah, I think the 6th or 7th round, I think maybe the corner will either stop it or he might just be death by 100 jabs, to be honest with you. And then we'll get the Fury call out of AJ and Usyk, and that will be the whole ploy. Listen, people are talking about rigorous for Fury. There is that, but I think that's why Makhmudov's been chosen. He's not exactly highly active in the ring. He's not going to be high pressure. He's not going to be high activity, and I think that's why he's been chosen, because he's a bit of a plodder, to be honest with you. Yes, he's got good amateur fundamentals, but I don't think he's a tricky opponent, to be honest with you, for Fury. But listen, ring rust is a real thing. Best made plans in boxing often go wrong. I just can't see Tyson Fury losing this fight, to be honest with you. I think that's why they've chosen Makhmudov. The undercard is interesting, there's no doubt about it. We've had Ben Brigade. I think Conor Benn's going to smash Regis Brigade. 2 reasons. One, the size difference, and I think there's definitely a Brigade injury. There's no smoke without fire. I think the Eddie Hearn thing has sort of has sort of lifted the lid on this. The fact that he's denied it at the press conference as well feels a bit weird. You know, I know he probably had to, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. I personally think Brigade probably is carrying a knot. There's often no smoke without fire in boxing. And although I don't think Conor Benn's a particularly fantastic boxer, I do think that he's a good enough boxer to deal with these problems that he'll have on Saturday night, especially if it is, like I say, against an injured Brigade. The other 2 heavyweight fights on the card, I do find very interesting. I think TKV versus Richard Riakporhe is a very interesting fight. TKV, of course, beat Fraser Clark that time, so he's also on this card. And Riakporhe, who smashed Tommy Welch on the Ben Eubank undercard, coming up from cruiserweight, of course, he's a former cruiserweight world title challenger. I think Riakporhe is a bit of an unknown quantity at heavyweight still, and I think Saturday night will tell us how good he is. Of course, my feeling is he will beat TKV. I think Riakporhe is a very good boxer. I think he's a little bit of an unknown quantity in this heavyweight division. Now, listen, I'm not saying he's going to go on and win world titles at heavyweight, but he seems to be a lot meaner. He seems to be a lot more comfortable at the weight. And listen, TKV's a high-activity fighter who won a thriller with Clark. He's tough as well, TKV. He's a good inside fighter. I mean, he's not the best in the world, wink, wink, Ben Shalom, but he is a good fighter on the inside, and I think this could be a fantastic fight. And often these British heavyweight title fights, they do result in some bar burners, without using Adam Smith's favourite saying. I do think these British heavyweight title fights do result in some really good fights. I think that could be the fight that steals the show. And also, another interesting fight is Fraser Clark, Justice Hooley. Came from nowhere, certainly raised my eyebrows. I do worry for Fraser Clark. I really like him. I've listened to interviews with him. I've been and watched him a few times. I went and watched Clark Wardley 1. He was on the Whittaker Cameron undercard. I watched his fight with... he was on both Eubank Smith undercards as well. I've watched Fraser Clark a fair bit, is what I'm trying to say. I really like him. I think he's a really likeable lad. I just don't think he hits hard enough for a heavyweight, and that could be his problem on Saturday. Although saying that, he's in there as well with Justice Hooley, who probably doesn't hit hard enough for a heavyweight. This could almost be like an amateur bout where it's point scoring. I think this fight will go one of two ways. I think it'll either be a thriller, or I think it could be a bit of a it stinks up the gaff. My worry is Fraser Clark's took a lot of punishment. The GBTKV fight was worrying towards the end. He didn't appear to know where he was. I don't know how that fight wasn't stopped. His corner had a responsibility. They failed, in my opinion. I do worry for him. I would love him to pull it out of the bag, but yeah, I'm not sure if he will. I think it could be a win in the column for Justice Hooley, get him back on track. But like I say, I'd love Fraser Clark to win it, but I think Hooley will maybe win by either late stoppage or a comfortable points decision. Overall, it'll be an interesting card. Listen, if you buy into the you-know-what, yeah, you'll love it. If not, it's on Netflix, which I think most of us have these days, so it will be on that. I think the undercard will be good as well. Felix Cash's return is very interesting as well, because that domestic middleweight mix, to add him to the mix would be interesting. And of course, he does hold that win over Denzel Bentley, who is now the interim champion. So I think it could be intriguing in that aspect. But it will be a fun watch, no doubt, at times. It'll be interesting to see how hyperbolic the commentators decide to be, with it being Netflix and Tyson Fury. But hey, let us know what you think. As always, guys, please like, comment and subscribe. And anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. To try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. As always, have a great day.